Hello everyone. I made this video because I felt that a 1-minute video could not fully express my wanting to go on the Mars 1 mission. So I made a longer one, and this one is about 10 minutes long, and I hope it will not bore you too much. I am signing up for the Mars 1 mission only a week or so before the close of the application deadline. Although I have known about the mission almost as soon as it was known to the public. After I read about it, I thought about it for a while, and I thought, well, this is not for me, so I decided against it. And for some reason, it came up again, and I changed my mind, and I said, okay, why not? I'll go for it. So I'm going to Mars knowing of all the potential hazards that are possible. I have read through the entirety of the Mars 1 website, plus I have done more research on my own, and after doing all this reading and learning about all this, I decided that I still wanted to go. I feel that here on Earth I cannot find my sense of purpose. But on Mars, I know I will have one, and I know that that is what will keep me going when I actually get there, no matter what. So, I think to myself, who could argue with that? I know that the journey there, which is long, even if it is a success, I know that once I arrive, there won't always be good times. I mean, there will be good times, but there won't always be good times. And I'm ready for that. I'm ready to experience those hardships and anything that is thrown my way, even if it does threaten my life and my own existence. Even though I, of course, do have my doubts about how well the mission will go, I try not to think about those things and keep my head up. A little bit about myself. I find that I am a very motivated person if I get into something that interests me a lot. I'm a hard worker. Some might say I'm a workaholic because I do work a lot. I find myself to be a reliable person. I am good with my hands. I'm good at making things, putting things together. I am good with plants and botany. I'm good with heavy lifting and just physical labor in general. And I like to make decisions based on logic and intuition most of the time rather than on emotion. Although on occasion my emotion does take over, in the proper situation. I like to share. I like to give things to people without ever expecting anything back. I like to make good use of objects around me if there's nothing else available. Like if I'm working on a certain project, I can make up for something that I don't have available and just use whatever I have lying around. I tend to use other people as a benefit. Not really use, that's not a good word, but I listen to other people's opinions always, and I take them into account, and I don't ever discredit what people say. I love adventure, and I seek out adventure, all sorts of adventure. I want to be a pioneer. I've always wanted that since I was young. I've wanted to live off the land and on the land, growing my own food, being self-sustainable, and being the best at it. I just love the challenge of surviving on an uninhabited planet, and would love to explore Mars in hopes of finding resources and hopefully finding either signs of life or maybe life itself, which would be totally amazing. I would love to be a part of that. I'm also the type of person that lives with no regrets. There's not many things that will push my buttons. I don't get angry easily or pissed off. No matter what the situation is, I'm usually almost always happy, and if I'm not happy, I am content because I find the good things in the bad. And no matter what happens, I always keep my head up and know that I live by the motto of positive mental attitude always, which is something that a friend sort of passed on to me some time ago. I believe that life's too short to be pissed off all the time, so enjoy it all. Just take it in. I mean, you won't live forever. And some may think that I'm a pessimist, which I don't say I am at all. In fact, I think that I am an optimist, and some even call me a realist. My mother has always told me that I've had a natural curiosity towards life itself and everything in this life since I was a young child. I would always ask her questions, many questions, to the point that she would be annoyed. I'd ask her about everything, and if she didn't have an answer to something, I would ask her why she didn't have that answer. It was always why. I love to learn things, and I love to gain more knowledge, because you can always gain more knowledge. You can always learn different things. It's crazy what you can learn in a lifetime. And I love to learn because I love to give that knowledge to other people, and not because I really want to prove to others that I know more than them, because I don't like to be that person, and I don't like to brag really. I know in my heart that I was born for something bigger, for a bigger purpose in my life. I'm sure lots of people feel that way, but I am very, very certain about this, and I think that I probably can achieve that purpose here on Earth. I would love to be on Mars and to see it thrive and grow after years of construction and planting greens and trees, and I would love to see it become a new home, almost a second home for humans. If anything should ever happen to Earth, Mars will be there, and the humankind will live on. And I would love to be one of these people and know that I was one of these people that made this possible. And I would do all of this selflessly, because I'd like to see the human race thrive even after Earth is gone. I would like to see Mars become as great as it can be, and as close to Earth as possible. I want Mars 1 to be the first great success in creating a new colony for humans on another planet. If I do go, I know that I will be one of the few that was responsible for creating such a great world for future generations, and to me that would be everything I could ever want. And I also know that no one has ever accomplished anything great if they didn't choose to do something dangerous, something that many would not choose to do, to take their fears head on. The pioneers of Earth made a choice. They made a choice to head out west. They did not know what lies ahead, but the promise of great things. They probably knew of all the hardships and troubles that would fall upon them. There's always a chance of those things happening, but they still went forward. Many of them lost their lives. Some were forgotten forever, but they still did it for the greater good, the possibility of a better future for them, their families, and the rest of society. I know I've got the initiative, the devotion, the desire to make my dream come true, to become a pioneer of Mars. As far as I see it, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I just won't let it slip out of my hands like that. So I will do everything and anything I can possibly do to make it happen. I will try my hardest to make it happen. I've already started some training to get myself into better shape, and I've begun to eat a little bit healthier. I've also slowly been trying to cut out meat out of my diet, because I know that a nice ribeye steak will not be waiting for me once I get to Mars. I hope that I hope that everything I do from now on will help me when it comes to the actual Mars 1 training that I'll have to endure for years before the mission itself. I know I can do this if I could just get the opportunity. I know I would be a valuable Mars 1 astronaut. I have lived on Earth for 25 years so far, and I have loved, I have lived, I have explored many places, I've seen many things, and I know what it is to live on Earth. I also know I'll have some time before I go, so I will still have a chance to do some things I may regret not doing before I leave. I also know that I will miss my family, my friends, my pets, some of my hobbies, and just being able to go outside and breathe the fresh air and see nature and life thriving all around me. But then again, I also hope that one day Mars will be like this, like Earth, or at least close to it, on which I will have a new family and new friends, and I know I must adapt, and I know I can. I'd like to thank you, Boss Lonsorp, fellow team members of Mars 1, and anyone else for taking their time and viewing this video and making something like this just possible in my lifetime. And I hope that I will have the opportunity of joining the Mars 1 team very soon. I have the confidence that I may possibly be chosen for the mission, and I would be extremely pleased if this were to occur, and I would be ready for anything to happen thereafter. But if not, well, then I guess I'll just have to continue my adventure here on Earth for the rest of my days, which I would be alright with. And in any case, I do thank you once again, anyone who has watched this video, and anyone who chooses to support my newfound love for the Mars 1 mission and the colonization of Mars. And I hope that you find me a suitable candidate for the colonization of Mars through the Mars 1 program. Once again, thank you.